Hello and welcome to the weather hazard briefing presented by the National Weather Service Pocatello for Tuesday, December 28th. This is what you'll see in this briefing. We are looking at some bitter cold temperatures. It looks like it's not spreading as much as it potentially could have, but there is a wind chill warning in effect. That means wind chills of colder than minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit which is our threshold. And that's going to continue until 10 a.m. this morning. That includes the Lost River Valley portions of the Lost River Valley, Clark County, Butte County, and there will likely be a repeat tonight in those same places. For this afternoon, temperatures will struggle to rise above 20 degrees anywhere in central or eastern Idaho today. And light snow is possible in the higher elevations, mainly in the eastern highlands, all the way between Montana and Utah. And then there's more light snow on Wednesday, with temperatures warming just slightly, a lot more 20s around in the afternoon. And then look for light to moderate snow for Thursday and Thursday night as the next storm comes in. So here's our risk outlook. You can see some places are not going to be getting bitterly cold. Most of our southern areas won't. Even the Wood River won't be getting bitter cold. It will be cold, but it's also December. And there's a slight chance of snow in some places, a chance of snow in others. We'll show you how that evolves. And same thing with Wednesday. Snow is more likely, as you can see in some places. But it's still pretty light. The only places where it expects to be moderate is in those eastern highlands. And again, not all the highlands all the way from the Montana border to the Utah border. There's also snow likely in the Wood River area and in the Sawtooth. And then on Thursday, temperatures will have warmed up quite a bit, but no one really getting above freezing yet. So a lot of snow. And you can see some of it not starting till the night, especially on the east side of our forecast area. And light snow would mean 6 inches or less. Moderate is basically that 4 to 8 inch range, and heavy would be everything greater than 6. And then Friday, you can see the snow continues mostly in the highlands along the Wyoming border once again. And but a lot of places it's settling down. It will turn colder once again, although we're not sure it'll quite be the bitter cold we're expecting over the next couple of mornings. All right, so here's the satellite image. The bluish clouds are actually low clouds and fog. And when the ice clouds go over the top of them, they don't actually disappear. They're just blocked and you can't see them. And so you can see there's quite a bit of low clouds and fog all over Snake River Plain and the northeastern highlands of our forecast area. Also up here, very close to the Stanley Basin. All right, so the reason for that is stagnant air. After all the moisture we've had, we're looking at some pretty high humidities in the morning causing that fog, and that's because high pressure's in. It's reducing the winds. We're having nowhere near the winds we've had for the past 4 or 5 days. And you can see there are places of snow, but again, this is all light, and we'll see that here. So this is so far this morning through 5 a.m. Just some residual showers over here on the eastern border. Most of it much less than an inch. And then for this morning, it will sort of start up again, mostly in this Island Park and Big Hole Mountain area. And then in the afternoon, it'll spread to more locations. But again, a lot of it's zero. And again, this first shade of blue is an inch or less during that time period. 11 p.m., you can see it's again just an inch or so. And still nothing in like Stanley Basin or the Wood River Valley, and especially nothing in the Lost River area. And those places will continue to be cool because they're not getting as much clouds, although the wind chill warning probably won't be as extensive, but it'll probably be still the same areas. And then here's late night hours. You can see the snow's once again is starting to increase, and that is leading into Wednesday. Here's the total snow for Tuesday and Tuesday night. So you can see there are very few places that are getting above an inch. You can see it's mostly limited to this area here, this sort of eastern quarter of our forecast area, almost all in the mountains, affecting all the drives into Wyoming and into the West Yellowstone area. Meanwhile, not so much going on here in the central Idaho mountains. Okay, here are the winds. You can see mostly where the winds are is where the snow will not be, but wherever there's some existing snow, this is considerably less than yesterday, and so I would look for just some light drifting, nowhere near the profound effects we had the past couple of days. And you can see here again in the afternoon, late afternoon, it's continuing to stay elevated, but again, it's nowhere near what it's been. All right, these are the highs. These are not the lows. These are the highs today. So you can see only in the Burley area we're getting anywhere near 20 degrees. Pocatello 19, Malad City 19. Here are the overnight lows. Once again, bitter cold. See, these areas are actually colder than 10 below zero. And there will be some north wind there, and it will be causing wind chills in this area, once again, to be below minus 20 Fahrenheit. So fortunately, that means places like Rexburg, all the way along the I-15 and I-86 corridors, probably won't be seeing any of that wind chill issue. Still low wind chill, but not 20 below zero. All right, so here's Wednesday. You're looking at snow everywhere. That's mostly because of this low moving through and across. It will be spreading some very light precipitation. This has come out of the north, so it hasn't had a good moisture tap in the Pacific. It's been overland for a number of days. So here's how it starts out with, again, some light snow. Most of this is all below 3 inches. Actually, a lot of it below 2 inches. Same thing here. As you can see, it starts to shift to the eastern and southern highlands here during the evening hours. And it's pretty much wrapping up after midnight with just the eastern highlands experiencing some light snow leftovers. So the total snow for this time period, you can see wherever you see the yellow, that means we're approaching winter weather advisory conditions for mountainous areas. If you were to see that the yellow and orange down here in the valley, that would be a winter storm warning amounts. But you can see none of that. We're expecting 3 to 4 inches, and that's borderline. Some sort of winter weather advisory may be needed for the upper Snake River Plain. But you can see most of the snow winter weather advisories would be, once again, in the eastern highlands. Very little going on in the central Idaho mountains. That's because with the westerly flow with that storm, we are mostly sheltered with basically the areas here on the other side of the Stanley Basin in sort of western Idaho is sort of catching all of that snow. Okay, here are the afternoon highs. You can see it's quite a bit warmer. We're seeing a lot more 20s in the Snake River Plain. Still nothing close to above freezing. And still a chilly Wednesday night, Thursday morning with these lows, but not quite as bad as the previous night. And a lot of teens and a lot less single digits. Okay, here is Thursday. Once again, snow in the area. And this snow will tend to be more, although they don't really have this feature here. Probably should be a little bit further west because that's what's going to be moving through. Once again, producing some again, it's light snow, but it is heavier than it was the day before. So you can see starting out in the morning, again, just some very light snow, anywhere probably less than ½ an inch for Idaho Falls, Blackfoot, Pocatello. You see it intensifies here in the afternoon hours. And then slides were not available for the 6-hour for the evening and late night hours. So here's a 24-hour total for Thursday night. You can see, once again, a winter weather advisory may be needed for isolated zones over here in the eastern highlands and maybe the Bear River Range as well down here along the southern highlands. But most other locations, light snow, but nothing that would require an advisory. Here are Thursday highs. You can see some above freezing starting to sneak back in now, as we have definitely changed over to more of a southerly flow. And the temperatures here Thursday night with the cloud cover and not anywhere near as cold. Most of this is just single digits, very little of this getting below 0. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number or check out the weather yourself at theweather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.